before. If you are someone that kind of has started working out or started their health journey and then it stopped, right? And you never got it back, or you never moved into the direction that you wanted to because of obstacles, because you're over 40, you got kids and you got schedules, you got plans. Well, then this video is for you. I'm Coach Pete. I help people get back into working out, losing fat, losing weight, getting stronger, even more importantly, and just really the most important part is getting them back on the field, right? I don't want to say the field, whereas like you're an athlete and you're playing, but I kind of relate to people that have worked out in the past and kind of fell off, and now they're like me doing things in order to live life. They got to live this way. So getting back to it, I have a couple questions in the Q&A part. It's called the Strong AF Tur 40. That's what we called it. So the first one's going to be, why do most people fail to lose weight even though they know exactly what to do? That's a really good question. And with that question, I asked another coach that I know, and we kind of talked about it, and I'm going to show you his main answer, where we'll call Coach A, Coach B. He said, she said, even though he's not a she, he's a he. Kind of, I think he said doesn't make sense. I think he said, she said. If this segment sounds good, if that sounds cool, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Is it he said, she? That's like a tongue twister. He said, she said, or is it he said, he said? You let me know. I'm going to cook dinner while I'm doing this, and this is one of the thoughts that I have behind when I do things. Second question is it ever okay to take a break from your fitness goals when life gets hard? Easy. And then the third one we did was, what's the biggest myth in fitness and or relationships that people still believe? So if you want to hear those, hang on out for this live stream. Thank you for coming out today. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe, because we're at like 2,000 something and we're moving our way up. So I do appreciate it. And when I say we, it's just me. So it's just me. I have no one else. So really fast, I'm going to grab my chicken and prep it. It's been brining. Okay. So I brine my chicken. You can't see it. I brine the chicken inside water. I'm going to keep looking probably a little bit sometimes this way, because that's my screen, and then there's the camera right there. So I'm gonna carefully, so make sure before you start, you wash your hands, right? I wash my hands, it's normal. I used to work in the industry, all right? I used to work in the kitchens, so I kind of know the rules sometimes. Do I follow them all the time? Nah, I'm in my house, you know what I'm saying? So here up top, I have a whole rotisserioso, boom. I love a rotisserie chicken because it's chicken breast. Skinless chicken breast by itself is boring. I hate it because I've bodybuilded for so long. I'm just so used to that pliability or the dryness, and just doesn't feel or taste good for me. So this is a combination. It's Kinder. It's a combination of salt, pepper, and garlic chunks inside here. I took all the insides out. Actually, I did not, because I want them in there because that's my favorite part. Knuckles and gizzards and heart. This is my favorite. If you're vegetarian, I apologize. But this is what I eat. So this is what I do. And if you don't like it, I'm so sorry, but I eat meat. Not that kind of meat. Calm down, people. I do eat my protein, and I believe in it. If you can hear me, make sure you let me know you can hear me. Check. Okay, you can hear me. Sorry. Make sure you can hear me, because sometimes, live streams are a little wanky or wonky, and I don't have that. So flip this over. This is just pink Himalayan salt. It was already brining inside pink Himalayan salt, but I always like a little extra garlic and then pepper, and then I'll put pepper on the end, and I'll just rub this a little more outside of the brine. Again, I didn't have time to marinate it beforehand and let it sit in the fridge for overnight. I didn't have all that time. So I'm going to do the best I can, what I got, when I can do it. So let me make sure, let's get to that first question while I'm doing this. Right here up top. Oh, there it goes. First question, why do most people fail to lose weight even though they know exactly what to do? It's because it's very, very simple, right? This is my answer. Everyone wants the quick fix. They want it done quickly. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, they want things done immediately. They want to see immediate results. I'm going to spatchcock this chicken, kind of. It's going to flatten it out so it cooks faster. And then they get disappointed when they don't see something within the first week, the first day. You guys ever go on a diet and you eat right, and then all of a sudden you step on the scale the next day and you expect to lose 10 pounds out of nowhere? You're not 18. It's not going to happen. You're 45, right? You're 48. You're 42. You're 37. You're somewhere in that range where it doesn't happen anymore. Right? Unless you're taking Tren or some other, I made Tren up, but I just made that up. Unless you're taking some other substance to help you lose weight that fast, then yeah, that'll be fine. But for the most part, most of us don't live in that world. So the biggest mistake, or the biggest, I would say, downfall for people is that they think they're going to lose weight or see results fast. And if they don't, they quit. And that's a very, very normal thing to do, because the whole thought process or fact that we think it's going to happen quickly because it happened when I was 21, when I was 22, or when I was getting ready for my wedding. I was getting ready for my wedding, and then I get it, but that's not how it works anymore. Okay, if you guys are disgusted by me jabbing this chicken, give me a chicken head if you'd like to. Again, so just as the way I'm preparing this chicken, I want it to cook a little faster, but it's not going to come out as well as I would if I put more loving care into it. You know what I mean? So there's a perfect analogy. I did not mean for this to happen. I did not plan for this to say this, but like the way I just cut the chicken, I flattened it out and stabbed it. It's not going to come out great. It's not going to be the best chicken in the world, right? Probably not even going to be delicious, but it's going to be functional. It's going to be what I need for that time. In terms of fitness goals and losing weight and getting stronger, it takes more of a process, right? The program's got to be there. It's got to be lined up correctly. You got to take your time. You got to be patient. You got to make sure there is no quick fix. Because if there is a quick fix, most likely you're losing muscle, right? And that's the one thing you want to avoid, especially after 40, especially after 35, even closer to 50. You don't want to lose any muscle. You want to retain as much muscle as you can, or I'm not going to say build, because at that point we're not really building too much, right? We are trying to maintain as much muscle as we can. So take your time. If you're starting something, see it through. See that whole plan, that whole diet, that whole workout program. See it through. Okay, and that's the problem that's coming up, and it's coming in a few months, right? This season, summer season's over, fall season's here. Everyone's ready to get back, and if you're ready for your comeback, go to yourcomebackplan.com. I just started today. Yourcomebackplan.com. You'll get all the little guide that'll kind of help your mindset get through the obstacles that I'm sure you're talking to yourself about. Not only that, it has a workout guide, 10-minute workouts for anywhere. For you guys that are busy, you're busy parents, you're busy in life, you don't even have a chance to work out. They're 10-minute workouts that you could do. So check it out. It's for free. Please just feel free to go to yourcomebackplan.com and show it up there, and definitely give me some feedback on it. All right. But for the most part, that's what I said, right? It's the shortcuts. Now, here's what Coach B said. We'll call Coach B. Honestly, they're not honest with themselves. They track a few days, then they lie to themselves about the snacks and the drinks. It's easier to blame the diet than it is their own extra calories. So that's another term, right? This is the kind of polar opposite of me, where I think that people don't give it enough time, where the other people just lie to themselves. And this is a more straightforward coach. I'm not going to say who he is, because I don't think he wants anyone to know yet. I'm going to put this in the oven. Oh, that's hot. No, middle rack. Oh, gosh. Hold on a second, guys. Timer. And so that's what he says, is that you're just lying completely to yourself about where it is, what you're going to do, what it is you're doing, especially with tracking, right? My coach will never find out. What's the difference if I add a couple drinks here? What's the difference if I do a couple there? Set my timer. 40 minutes. We'll see where it goes. 42. Timer's on. So I'm done with that. So let's talk. Okay. Snacks and drinks. You were lying to yourself, right? And the best quote I've ever heard was from one of my mentors. And I still work with him today. And I'm really great friends with him now. He started as a mentor. Now he's just a really great friend. And he says, all progress starts with the truth. All progress starts with the truth. Every single thing that you progress with starts with the truth. So the more honest you are with yourself and the situation and what you're doing, the more progress you're going to get. If you're lying to yourself saying, I did a hard workout when it really wasn't that hard, or I didn't drink when you really did drink, and you just kind of just mask the calories away, they don't disappear, right? Those are things that are not going to disappear on us. They're the things that are going to stick, and it's really getting into detail of breaking that habit is when you're going to start seeing more results, better results. Are they super fast? No. At our age, you have to, everyone says, it's healthy to lose 2 pounds a week. Some shit like that. Pound and a half, two, whatever. I watched and read something with Alan Aragon. If you don't know Alan Aragon, he's the best, most researched. Him, Lane Norton are the most reputable, in my opinion, sources of information when it comes to fat loss, right? Fat loss and building muscle. So whatever they say, everything they do is based off real trials or real, I don't know the word, randomized control trials. So like RTCs, I can't think of the word. I can't think of it. Anyway, case studies, I remember. My brain's not thinking that way. Anyway, they say that even just losing a pound a month at our age, especially women with hormonal battles, right? You know what's coming up. It's that part that my brain is not working today. Maybe I'm going through menopause. Oh my God, perimenopause, premenopause, postmenopause. 1 to 2 pounds a month expect. Ain't that crazy? And that's being good. That's being like on point, controlling everything, doing everything correctly. 1 to 2 pounds a month, that's expectations you want for yourself. It's no longer 1 to 2 pounds a week, right? Where we're 18, 21, we're vibrant, drinking, going to raging all day long, and I'm still fine with gravy fries. No more. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with what's happening. And at the same time, you got to put those two answers from both coaches together, right? The he said, she said, you got to kind of have to put together, because you got to be patient with the plan that you have. If you even have a plan, hopefully you have a plan. If you have no plan, contact me right now. I'll give you a plan. It's easy. Find the plan. After that, stick to the plan. Third, be honest with your plan. Follow it through, see it out, be honest with what you're doing. And expectation-wise, don't expect this big initial weight loss. And I truly believe that the more you stop making this a thing and just do the right things, the right habits, the right things that's part of your life now, and making it and adopting it as a part of your life, you're going to see more of a result in the long term. This is no longer a short-term game, right? If you want to lose weight for your vacation, then you're going to do everything you can, right, in the next 2 weeks to try and pretend that you're losing weight. Nothing's changing. The only thing you're doing is losing some water weight and definitely losing some muscle, right? That quick fix shit don't work, right? Not at this age. When you're older, you got to plan longer. If you're looking for a vacation in the summer, you start now. I'm sorry. If you're getting married in June, you start now with a nice slow progress, and you will never be upset with the progress that you'll see and the progress that you're going to get. Okay, so question number 2, is it ever okay to take a break from your fitness goals when life gets hard? Hell yes. I said yes, but the breaks, so what I said was yes, but breaks have to have a plan as too, right? And what we're adopting more of in the past couple of years is more what we call diet breaks. So I'm going to diet and kind of be restricted for a good 2 to 3 weeks. And then after that, I'm going to not live it up, but stay in a maintenance phase for like 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes even longer. Because I'm not here to just try to lose weight, because I don't want to lose my muscle. I don't want it to go away. I don't want it to disappear. I want to make sure my plans my breaks are systemized. My breaks have a framework, something that matters, something that I can control, right? If I just say, all right, I'll go on a diet for the next 3 weeks, not really know what I'm eating, just kind of stop eating, like I was just going to fast for no reason without actually knowing how many calories or protein I'm taking in, I could probably lose more muscle that time. I might lose weight, which I made that mistake, right? 4 years ago, I made that mistake. I was working a job where I couldn't eat the food. So instead of eating. I just fasted until I went home, right? And I thought it was a great idea because what was happening is I was losing tons of weight, right? I went from 200 pounds all the way down to almost 170. But I took pictures, I looked at pictures of myself. I was just flabbier, and I lost a lot of the muscle that I put on when I was kind of not even tracking or just, in that bad place. Move this over here. So I made that mistake of using fasting, not necessarily as a diet plan, but as a method for me to not eat at work, not have to bring food to work, and then just eat, high protein and carbs, eat like 2 meals before I go to bed. But I was only taking in like 1,000 calories. So I really was losing muscle, tons of it, right? And I can tell because I know the difference between like soft and flabby weight loss than like keeping my muscle, feeling proud, feeling hard, feeling tight. It was just different, Let's see what this guy said. No, I think a lot of people tell themselves to avoid work. No, I think it's a lie telling themselves to avoid work. You can adjust intensity or focus, but you completely stop and you're going backwards, not taking a break. So in his perspective, he's saying that people, there's a certain type of person as well, this is subjective for sure, that taking that break means they just quit. And some people aren't allowed to. Some people can't because they don't understand. First off, they probably don't have the framework to do so, but even more so, they'll easily give up on themselves. Right? They'll easily give up on the thing that they're working hard at because they don't see the results so fast. So taking a break for that person might not be a good idea. It might be a better idea to kind of just like stay on it with a little bit like an 80-20, right? Like an 80-20%. Like during the week, I'm going to be good. During the weekends, I won't go crazy. Like I won't fall off and binge all over the place, but try to keep it within check and keep that for a couple weeks and then maybe get back to it. No matter what happens, you never want to fall off completely because we always believe in habit-based progress, right? Habit-based. For me, this isn't like cooking chicken and eating a portion size of rice with vegetables and like eggs in the morning. This is no longer a diet. This is my diet, right? I'm not dieting. When I'm dieting, I'm counting a little bit more with the same foods that I have. So for me, it's just a habit. It's part of my life. I'm at that point where it's a part of my life. And that's where I always stress making this thing not a thing anymore, but it's just a part of your life. This is what you do now. And you adopt it and you adopt this lifestyle. And now everything just kind of changes in a better direction, healthier direction. But when it comes down to like, hey, I need to lose weight, well, then you just tighten it up a little bit and just go more into a deficit than anything. What is the biggest myth? Question number 3. What is the biggest myth in fitness that people still believe? For me, I'm going to say motivation, right? I think that's the biggest myth. And for Coach B, we'll say, you always feel good about your workouts, relationship talks, growth isn't comfortable. That's pretty much it. It's not easy, right? That you should always feel good about your workouts and you're okay. So for me, motivation, I was a big motivation guy, still am, right? But I do know it's just a spark, just like this, right? Boom. There it is. Motivation turned on, but I still need gas, right? Gas to keep that fire going. Otherwise, if there's no gas, the flame turns off. I don't know where this analogy came from, just made it up. Right? But you need that spark. You need that something to kind of spark you, but you still need gas. And what that gas is discipline. It's the want. It's I'm showing up no matter what. I'm doing this no matter when because this is part of what I do. And if life does get in the way, it's okay. I missed a day, right? Just don't do it again. Don't miss another day. Don't miss 2 days in a row. Right? I heard that somewhere. I forget who. Maybe it was Atia. Don't miss 2 days in a row because the gas is going to run out. And now there's no flame going. Right now you're going to find something else to spark it up again, but you're going to turn the gas off. So in order to keep the water boiling, you got to keep the gas on. And the gas is your discipline. You putting something into action and making sure you keep yourself accountable. And if you need someone to help you accountable, hit me up. I tell people to message me all the time, contact me, but they're scared to, and I get it because they might be scared to talk to some Asian guy who wears a hat because he's bald and or is cooking a rotisserie chicken on his counter. I better clean it. but hit me up. Right? Let's talk. Let's see if we can find you a framework, find you a direction to go into. If you want to work with me, please, we can work together. It'd be great. And we'll find that direction to get you on your path. I have a whole group of people that we work with that weren't doing anything. A lot of them weren't. COVID happened. They lost their gym. They didn't want to go to the gym. They don't want to do this. I set up this online program, and now we got a group of people that work out together, that keep working out, they keep showing up. And if they don't show up, I find them. And then they show up again, and I find them. And it's not perfect, but it's consistent. And they keep working, and they keep going back. Right? And what Coach B says, sometimes you got to feel good about you. They say you got to feel good about your workouts and your talks. You don't have to, it doesn't have to feel good. All right. Sometimes you got to get the job done. At work, when you're at your job, do you feel good every day? You're like, I can't wait for these reports to come out. I can't wait till end of quarter. No one's fucking pumped about that shit. But you got to go through your emotions. Sometimes you got to do it. You ever have nothing to do and you're at your desk all day long? Like, what am I going to do now? So I'm just going to sit there and pretend like I'm doing something, but I'm not, but I'm on social media the entire time. You're just going through the motions. And sometimes with your workouts and your eating and your cooking, you're going to go through the motions, right? And it's going to stink. But fitness gurus want to tell you, it's going to be great. It's going to be hot. It's going to be so exciting every single time. Yeah. And that's called the spark, right? That's called the motivation. That's the spark. But you still need the gas to keep it going. And sometimes gas is gas. Sometimes you're farting all day long, right? Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you don't want to do it. And if you're hurt or like you have Shark Week is, you know what I'm saying, women, Shark Week, rah, 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 when you got all that stuff going on and blood's filling up in your placenta and then it falls out, that's what happens, right? During that time, it doesn't feel good. You're bloated, irritable. It's okay to take off. I will give you permission to take off. But don't do 2 days in a row. Go out and do something. It doesn't have to be the perfect workout. Guys, I'll tell you right now, yesterday, I felt like I was going to have the perfect workout. And then I was going into it, warmed up, and I got super fucking tired. I got so tired because my energy was just drained. I was thinking a lot about some personal things I have going on in life, and I was just getting drained by thinking about it over and over and over again. So you know what I did? I changed the course. Instead of going into a heavy set of bench, I got light repetition bench that I know I could repeat, that I won't get hurt in. And then I just finished my program to whatever minimal rep ranges I can. And that's it. But I was in there and I did it for 20, 30 minutes. And that counts as a win. Right? So you got to stack those wins. And it wasn't feeling good. It wasn't great. But at the same time, I still showed up. I still provided some gas to that spark. Right? So for me, the biggest myth is that motivation is going to take you everywhere. It's not. Motivation is going to spark. You still need that gas. Right? And that gas is your discipline to stay in there and just make it not feel good. Make it uncomfortable. Because you're not going to want to be there all the time. Some days are going to be great, especially in the beginning. You're all gung-ho about it. After like the fourth, fifth week of doing the same thing over and over again, it gets a little dull, right? But that's where you need someone or something to hold you accountable for. If you can't do that yourself, find someone that'll do it with you, right? Find a friend, find your spouse, find a family member, find some, do with your kids, whatever it is. They'll do it too. They love it sometimes. That's all I'm going to say. So if you guys are new to the channel, you made it this far, please go to yourcomebackplan.com. I got a free gift for you guys there. If you're new to the channel, subscribe up. If you feel like this is something that you like and you can listen to, check out some of my videos on the channel, and I'll talk to you guys later. I got to make sure I clean up this mess because I got to make vegetables now. And I don't want to contaminate or cross-contaminate chicken and vegetables. All right, I'll see you guys later. Coach Pete here. Talk to you guys next time on whatever this segment's called. I don't know what it's called yet. We'll call it something.